How much money is enough? The story of the Mexican fisherman. In our fast-paced, achievement-driven world, it's easy to get caught up in the relentless pursuit of more money, more success, more possessions. But how much is truly enough? At what point does the pursuit of wealth begin to detract from, rather than enhance, our quality of life? These profound questions are beautifully illustrated in the parable of the Mexican fisherman, a story that challenges our assumptions about success, happiness, and the true meaning of wealth. The parable of the Mexican fisherman. Let's begin by revisiting this thought-provoking tale. An American businessman, stressed and overworked, visits his doctor who advises him to take a break. Heeding this advice, the businessman travels to a small coastal village in Mexico for a vacation. On his first morning there, unable to sleep due to an urgent call from the office, he takes a walk to the pier to clear his head. At the pier, he notices a small fishing boat docking. The Mexican fisherman aboard has several large yellowfin tuna. Impressed by the quality of the catch, the American strikes up a conversation. American, how long did it take you to catch these fish? Mexican, only a little while. American, why don't you stay out longer and catch more fish? Mexican, I have enough to support my family and give some to friends. American, puzzled, but what do you do with the rest of your time? Mexican, smiling. I sleep late, fish a little, play with my children, take a siesta with my wife, and stroll into the village every evening, where I sip wine and play guitar with my amigos. I have a full and busy life, senor. The American, seeing an opportunity to help, explains that he's a Harvard MBA and offers some business advice. American, you should spend more time fishing. With the proceeds from selling more fish, you could buy a bigger boat. With the money from the bigger boat, you could buy several boats. Eventually, you would have a fleet of fishing boats. He continues, outlining a grand vision of expansion. Instead of selling your catch to a middleman, you would sell directly to consumers, eventually opening your own cannery. You would control the product, processing, and distribution. You'd need to leave this village and move to Mexico City, then LA, and eventually New York City to run your expanding enterprise. Mexican, but senor, how long will this all take? American, 15 to 20 years, 25 tops. Mexican, but what then, senor? American, excitedly, that's the best part. When the time is right, you'd announce an IPO and sell your company stock to the public. You'd become very rich. You'd make millions. Mexican, millions, senor? Then what? American, then you could retire and move to a small coastal fishing village where you would sleep late, fish a little, play with your kids, take siestas with your wife, and stroll to the village in the evenings where you could sip wine and play your guitar with your amigos. Unpacking the parable. This simple yet profound story encapsulates several important life lessons. 1. The definition of success. The parable challenges our conventional notion of success. The American businessman, representing a typical Western perspective, equates success with financial growth, business expansion, and wealth accumulation. In contrast, the Mexican fisherman's idea of success is having enough to meet his needs and enjoying life's simple pleasures. 2. Work-life balance. The fisherman has already achieved what many of us strive for, a healthy work-life balance. He works enough to meet his needs and spends the rest of his time enjoying life with family and friends. The businessman, on the other hand, proposes a plan that would consume 15 to 25 years of hard work and stress before allowing for such enjoyment. 3. The paradox of pursuit. Ironically, the businessman's grand plan ends with the very lifestyle the fisherman already enjoys. This highlights a common paradox in our society, working hard for years to eventually enjoy a simpler life, when that simpler life is already within reach. 4. Enough versus more. The fisherman embodies the concept of enough. He has what he needs and is content. The businessman represents the endless pursuit of more, a mindset that often leads to stress and dissatisfaction. 5. Quality of life. The story raises questions about what truly constitutes a good quality of life. Is it the accumulation of wealth and business success, or is it the ability to enjoy daily life, nurture relationships, and engage in fulfilling activities? Applying the lesson, how much is enough? While the parable presents a simplified view of life choices, it offers valuable insights for reflecting on our own lives and priorities. 1. Define your enough. Take time to consider what enough means for you. What level of income or wealth would allow you to live comfortably and pursue what truly matters to you? 2. Align work with values. Rather than working solely for future gains, can you find ways to align your work with your values and life goals now? 3. Balance ambition and contentment. While ambition can drive positive change and personal growth, it's equally important to cultivate contentment and appreciation for what you already have. 4. Reassess regularly. Periodically re-evaluate your priorities and life direction. Are you working towards goals that truly matter to you, or have you been caught up in societal expectations of success? 5. Invest in relationships and experiences. Remember that some of life's most rewarding aspects, relationships, experiences, personal growth, often don't have a price tag. 6. Consider the cost of more. Before pursuing more, consider the potential costs in terms of time, stress, and life experiences. Is the trade-off worth it? The bigger picture, challenging cultural norms. The parable of the Mexican fisherman invites us to question deeply ingrained cultural beliefs about success, wealth, and happiness. In many societies, especially in the Western world, there's an implicit assumption that more is always better: more money, more possessions, more achievements. However, psychological research has consistently shown that beyond a certain point, increases in wealth do not correlate with increases in happiness or life satisfaction. This phenomenon, known as the Easterlin paradox, suggests that once basic needs are met, factors such as relationships, personal growth, and life purpose become more critical to well-being than further financial gains. Balancing ambition and contentment. It's important to note that the lesson of the Mexican fisherman isn't to abandon all ambition or to avoid hard work. Rather, it's an invitation to be more intentional about our pursuits and to question the underlying motivations for our actions. The key is to find a balance between ambition and contentment, between striving for improvement and appreciating what we already have. This balance will look different for everyone, based on individual values, goals, and circumstances. Conclusion: redefining wealth and success. The story of the Mexican fisherman challenges us to redefine our concepts of wealth and success. True wealth isn't just about the figures in a bank account. It's about having the freedom to spend our time in ways that are meaningful and fulfilling to us. As you navigate your own life and career choices, take time to reflect on what truly constitutes enough for you. Are you working towards goals that align with your values and vision of a good life? Or are you caught in an endless pursuit of more, potentially at the cost of present happiness and fulfillment? Remember, the ultimate luxury is not endless wealth, but the ability to enjoy and appreciate the life you have right now. As the Mexican fisherman teaches us, sometimes the simplest life can be the richest of all.